Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am Cassandra Terry, and today is Transformation Tuesday. It's been a minute since I've been able to go live. Work and family situations have kept me more than busy, but I am so glad to be back with you guys today. Me and the hubby got up bright and early and did an hour walk, and I'm all spit and polished and ready to get the day started. And I am glad to be here. So, welcome everyone. Come on in. And today we're going to talk about transformation. I was listening to James Clear, Atomic Habits, a couple days ago. And in listening to that, he said, don't break the chain. And that really, really resonated with me. And I didn't realize, as I was listening to it, that it would be, the topic of the day, but it kept coming back up. It kept coming back up. And I realized when we talk about not breaking the chain, we're talking about a really important part of transformation. And that's consistency. And when he talked about not breaking the chain, he was saying, take a commitment, a step, a decision that you've made, execute it, and then the next day, and the next day, and the next day, continue to execute that thing and look at it like a streak. You don't want to break the chain, you don't want to break the streak, you want to consecutively do it. And the other side of the commitment, consistency commitment that he said we should make, is never go more than 2 days. So we're human, life's going to happen. Good morning, Tiffany. Life is going to happen. There'll be a time where you do fall off. But the idea is, when that happens, let me get this light out of the way. When that happens, is that we will get right back in it, get right back on that horse. Strand S, I can't say your name. Good morning, love. Hi. It looks like, oh, it looks like Stronde, ST Andre. I'm not sure, but good morning. And Dorian Skymaker, I see you there as well. Welcome. Tiffany's my little sister. I see you there on Instagram. Welcome. I see you guys are starting to come in. Debbie, good morning from LinkedIn. Good morning, Sonia. I'm glad to see everybody here. I'm going to rewind because some of you guys, I think, have just joined, and today is Transformation Tuesday. And I was just saying that I was listening to my audio book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. And one of the things that he said, a couple of the things, Coral, welcome from across the pond. Coral is my sister, all the way from the UK. We are not actually sisters. My mother's calling because she's forgotten that this is my time. So sorry to hang up on you, Mom, but I will call you when it's over. Jay came too. Hi, Jay, welcome. And so when we talk, the thing that really stuck with me, I think my mom's call really. Tiffany, can you guys still see me on or hear me on Instagram? Because it's flashing on my end now. You may text my mom and tell her to stop calling me. I'll call her as soon as I'm done. I love you too, Coral. So when we talk about Atomic Habits, that book, as I was listening to it, I love my audiobooks when I'm walking or doing something. And he said, don't break the chain. And it kind of, things like that kind of stick with you. And it, I don't know, I think I may have lost my Instagram audience. But hey, Jason, hey, how you doing, brother? Um, I miss hearing your poetry. So hopefully we'll be in a room again soon and we'll be able to hear from you. My mom always used to call me during my lives too. She's gonna get me because I hung up on her. So you guys send great thoughts and prayers my way because I'm gonna be in trouble. My mama does not play. I'm gonna have to remind her because now I'm looking at my Instagram and it's just flashing. So I think I lost that whole audience. But refocus. Let me focus and stop thinking about my lovely mother. I'll call her as soon as this is over. But do not break the chain. When you hear that, hopefully it makes you think about a streak. It helps you think about consistency. When he says do not break the chain, he says what he's saying is choose a habit, choose a new habit, a commitment, something that you really want to do. Like we just started walking, and you guys may see challenges and things like that. Um, I'm getting ready to do a challenge soon, a 21-day walking challenge with Dr. Ola. 21 days. She didn't just randomly choose that. We hear all the time it takes 21 days to form a new habit, right? And so she's got this 21-day challenge where we walk every day for 30 minutes, and we hydrate. So we're getting in the water. And then she has us to do a video. So there's some accountability, some commitment. You want to do it. You don't want to break the streak. You want to do it every day for those 21 days. And it allows you to start to build up that habit and to integrate it into your life. And that's how we transform. We can do anything for a flash. We can do anything for a short amount of time, but actually being able to stick to it is what is where you start to have that transformation. I'm sorry, the Instagram is making me crazy because it's just flashing. I'm gonna end it and see if I can restart it. Mother, you caused all kinds of havoc this morning, but I love you anyway. So I'll just start it again without the titles and everything. Sorry about that, guys. Good morning, Debbie. Good to see you. And yeah, Coral says she saw my video from yesterday. And because I started walking yesterday ahead of the 21-day challenge, I got up with my husband again this morning, which is why I'm a little hot. And we did our walk already this morning. And it's building that consistency. If we just do a little bit each day, you'll find yourself getting closer and closer and closer to your goals. And that's what it's all about. We look for the big win. We want to hit the home run. I was going through my performance evaluation not too long ago, a few weeks back with my manager, and he said, think about your new goals for the rest of the year in phases. What does a grand slam look like? If you just knocked it out of the park and you accomplished everything that you wanted to accomplish in the second half of the year, what does that look like? What does a home run look like? The bases aren't loaded this time. It's just you. So it's not going to be quite as impactful, but you make it all the way around the base. What does that look like? What does a base hit look like? You just get on first and get in the game and get things going. Look at my birthday twin. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, TC. Good morning, Diana. Thank you guys for joining. What does a base hit look like? And you can think about your own goals and your own life and the things you want to accomplish that way as well. What's that big win? What's a really big deal, but it's not the grand slam? And then how do you just get in the game? Getting that base hit puts you, the first person in position to fill the bases for the next person, for person number 4 to come around and get that grand slam. So it all matters. And we so focus on that big hit that we forget about all those steps along the way. And we have to learn to celebrate those steps, because it's those day-to-day small consistent steps that will get you to victory. Every once in a while we have those grand slam experiences, and yes, we celebrate those, and the world will celebrate you too. But is anybody celebrating you when you get up and you take that step? You get up and you do your 30-minute walk, and then the next day you get up and you do it again. The world may not celebrate that, but you can, and you should, because each day you're building up your energy, you're building up your resistance, you're getting stronger. You'll start to see the results. It takes time, but every step is what's going to get you there. And when you do those small steps and integrate those things into your life, that's when the transformation happens. Because I could go out and I could run and jump and do all kinds of things, and before you know it, I've burned myself out. I'm super sore. The excuses will start to come up, and now I'm not going to do it anymore for a while. I've been that person too. I am an instant gratification type person, or at least I was. If I could get that big win, that was my focus. But life can be so disappointing that way, and you lose so many opportunities to celebrate yourself, so many opportunities to see the progress. Last night, I had an audio room rather, on LinkedIn, and we were talking about comparison. And you guys have probably heard Theodore Roosevelt's quote that comparison is the thief of joy. And we talked about comparison from all different ways. We talked about how it can be positive and inspirational if you see someone who's accomplished something that you want to accomplish, and they give you hope, they give you something to work towards. But where comparison is can be a trap is when you look at that person and go, man, if only I could never do what she did. I could never be that successful. So I may as well not even try. And you don't enjoy what you're accomplishing because it seems small compared to the other person. The real person that you want to compare yourself to is you. If I look at myself a year ago compared to where I am now, or 6 months ago, or even a month ago compared to where I am now, doing these lives was difficult in the beginning. I would not do them. I would do pre-recorded videos because I could record. I could mess up. I could keep doing it again until I was satisfied. There's no do-overs in lives, When Instagram went off, it was just off and it's just flashing. And the only option I had was to kill it and to start it back up again. I don't get a do over. I just have to fix what's happening in real time and keep going. There was one time a light fell. Things happen. When I'm recording, I can make like all of that never happened and things just flowed from start to finish beautifully. That's not reality. But because I didn't have the confidence back then and I was so worried, what if nobody comes? Well, what if nobody comes? It's no different. There's nobody there when I create a video. It's just me. So if I'm just talking to myself right now, and thank God I'm not, I'm so grateful for all of you. And I see your comments scrolling. I'm grateful for that, but this is going to be recorded and even more people will see it later. And that was how somebody said, the lives are great, but the majority of people are going to see it after the fact. So just talk to them. Just talk, put a picture of of your kid or somebody that makes you smile. Put a picture right next to the camera and talk to them. And I had a little arrow next to my camera for a while just to train my eye to look there because I'm looking at myself on the screen. And when I do that, I'm looking down. When I train myself to look at the camera, then you guys actually see my eyes and it looks as if I'm looking at you. Just things like that. I just didn't have that comfort level. So understand that if you're just getting a little bit better today than you were yesterday, you're winning. You are absolutely winning. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. I can't compare myself to all the other people who have lives because I just may end up discouraging myself. I'm not as articulate as this one. I don't look as great as that one. I don't have the same lighting or a studio like the other. And I can just talk myself right out of doing what I know I was designed to do. That's how serious I am about this. I literally believe that I was created to sit here right now and have conversations with you guys about what gets dropped in my spirit every week. I believe that. And because I believe that, I'll get up and keep going and do it. Sometimes when I don't feel like it, like right now, I'm starting to get a pounding headache. But I really, really, really believe that this is what I was created to do. Soul Speaker Joy said, thank you. Your greatness is evident. Bless you for that. That's a wonderful thing for you to say. And I love the butterflies. I love the butterflies. If you look at the post for today, you'll see that the transformation, I always use the caterpillar becoming a butterfly as the icon for Transformation Tuesday. So I love the story of the butterfly. Let's see. Let me say hello to a few more people. Oh, that's Butterfly Sanctuary. Okay, got it. Got it, got it, got it. I'm accustomed to seeing Butterfly Sanctuary on LinkedIn. It's my first time seeing it on Instagram. Yep, I know it's you, Eric. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And then I see Hilda. Hello, Hilda. Leslie says, the question is, why are you doing the live? It's not for you, it's for us out here in the lounge. And you're right. I really believe that the things that I've experienced and the things that the only way I can say it is drop in my spirit. Those ideas that come up, they're not random. I really believe that this is all by design. When those things come up, I don't know who it is. It may not be everybody that's listening, but somebody that's listening needed that message. And I can't tell you guys how many times I hear back from somebody. I'll get a DM or something, and someone will say, I really needed to hear that today. Thank you for taking the time to drop that message. And I don't think it's me. I believe that this is bigger than me. And because of that, I continue to do this. And it's important to me to show up. Let's see who else is there. TC, I think everyone else I have acknowledged. Metamorphosis, yes, the butterfly. Diana says your authenticity is inspiring. Thank you. I appreciate that. Some It took me a while, Diana, to be comfortable just showing up as myself. Good morning, Mo. Y'all, Mo is one of my friends that go back from years and years and years, and I'm always excited. Her name is actually Maisha. But for those of us who know and love her, she's Mo. Yes, we have to be obedient. If you receive it, share it. Exactly. I feel like you guys are hearing and really feeling what it is I'm saying, and what applies to me, I give that right back to you. Every one of us, every single person that has ever inhaled, has ever taken that first breath, was designed for a purpose. We are all uniquely created for a purpose in the larger plan. I say to people all the time, Dream Talk, happy Tuesday, that we are the answer to someone else's prayers. We are the hope and the inspiration that someone else needs to get through what it is they're going through or that they're about to go through. So, some of the things that I've experienced, I may not be the world's greatest expert on XXX, fill in the blank, it doesn't matter. But if I can come to you and say, hey, I get it. I've been there. I've done that. I've gotten on the other side. I've experienced these things and I'm still here. I'm here to tell you that there's joy on the other side. There's a smile on the other side. There's opportunity on the other side. You've gone through this for a purpose. It wasn't a wasted experience. That there's growth that you're going to experience because of this, and someone else will be better because they will hear your story. That's all of our stories, guys. And so when you catch on to someone else's fire, like some of you, I believe, are helping me create this fire in this community, just understand that you also are a flame. You have a fire as well. And as you go in and as you listen to what's dropped into your spirit, as you look and think about what your natural gifts and talents are and what people come to you for on a regular basis, you'll find that flame. You'll find what your fire is, and you'll create a community around that if you so choose. And I hope you do, because somebody's waiting for it. All of us have a fire that warms someone else. There were people that I looked at and went, oh my gosh, I was so impressed by them. I was so moved by them. They inspired me. I heard other people who'd gone through difficult times. The one thing that has made that I've been assured of in my core is that every difficult thing that I went through, it may have been a test for me, but it's a testimony for you so that you know that you can get through it too. And I haven't just survived, I really have thrived. The smile is genuine, the joy is real. Despite any situation I've ever experienced, the smile, I've never lost it. I've always been the kind of a happy person. I've always been the person that people said didn't think ever had any problems, because when I came to college, as an example, I had just lost my grandmother. My grandmother was and is the most important person I've ever met in my life. She stepped in and took care of me when my parents weren't able to. And because of that, I had a love and affection for her that I don't have words for. I felt like she gave up, those latter years when she could have been relaxing, and she was taking care of two children. And she died right before I graduated from high school. She died in January. I graduated in May. And all I wanted was for her to see me graduate back then. I was even planning on having my principal come to her hospital bed and give me my diploma so she could experience it. But she didn't last that long on this side. So that was a jolt. And I came to college shortly thereafter. into a whole nother world, all new people who never even knew that she existed. And when I talked to those people years later, they talked about, oh, you were always so nice. You were always so happy. And little did they know, on the inside, I was just busted and broken and distraught and just trying to find my way. But there was still a natural light that lived in me that I believe was placed in me prior to that first breath. And it was placed there for a reason. It was to help me survive the loss of my grandmother, survive what it was like to be, the product of teenage parents, survive, coming off to college and being completely on my own, not knowing a soul, and even coming to college, how I began and where I am now, there's no correlation. But what it did was it gave me the strength. My beginning, anything that has been difficult in my life, those were the things that gave me the strength to face difficulties that come up now. And because I see it that way, I don't have the same bad feelings about some of the things that I experienced. I can now realize that there was something that I got out of those experiences as well. It wasn't just trauma, but it was strengthening. It was building resilience. It was preparing me for what was ahead. And it's just a mindset shift. And I feel like I've taken you guys somewhere way off of transformation. I don't know how we got here, but I just kind of follow what comes up. And most of you guys know that about me, that sometimes I've got a plan and a bigger plan is what comes through. So I think we're okay. So I'll bring it back to transformation and the James Clear. If you guys haven't read Atomic Habits, fantastic book. The 2 or 3 points from that book that I intended to share this morning was the first one, don't break the chain. And that's just being consistent, like being a part of a challenge. Every day for 21 days, walk and have your water. Make sure you're hydrating. That's Dr. Ola's way of helping us not break the chain, right? Building that consistency and doing that thing every single day. And then it becomes a part of your routine. And then you feel weird when you don't do it. So that's the first thing, is to not break the chain. But then we've got a safety. We have a safety net. And the second thing is, don't break it more than 2 days. If you miss, don't miss more than 2 days. And the reason that that's important is because if you miss, you can beat yourself up. You can get frustrated. Oh, it's over now. The chain's already broken. The streak is broken. I'm not going to hit my 21 days. And you completely talk yourself out of it. But you want to have that safety net and go, okay, life happened today. I wasn't able to get it in. So I'm doubling down and I'm really going to make sure that I get it done tomorrow. And that gets you right back in the game and keeps you going. And one of the things that he talks about is just 1%. If you're 1% better today than you were yesterday, because you're competing with your history. I'm not competing with you. You're not competing with me. There's enough for all of us to find our place at the table and to win. So what we're really doing is competing with our history. Am I progressing? Am I doing better today than I did yesterday? Can I see myself progressing towards the goals that I've set for myself? That's what it's all about. And if you're doing that, then you're continually motivating yourself. You can see that progression. So you're building up your confidence. You're starting to see the success in you and what you're capable of. And then you begin to start to change your language. You start to see yourself as a winner. You start to see yourself as capable. When those negative thoughts come up, you replace them with the truth. And the truth is, you've done more well than not. You succeeded more than not. But for whatever reason, we're kind of predispositioned to focus on when things didn't go well. But if you actually really give yourself a fair shake and really think about your life and how it's unfolded, you've won more than you've lost. You just fixate on the losses. So I'm just asking you to take a little shift in your thinking and focus on the wins. And when you think about the losses, don't think about them as something negative. See what you can learn from those. Find your learning in that loss. And now you're winning even in that space. That's what our losses are about. They're educational. They're opportunities to learn and to grow and to shift. And that's all. And if you can see it as that, you're winning all the way around. So that is it for today, guys. I am so glad to be back. Hopefully, the family settled down and everybody's going to stay nice and healthy. And I'm getting up a little bit earlier so that I can get on despite the crazy work schedule. So I will be back tomorrow for Wake Up Wednesday. You guys share the live, especially you folks on LinkedIn. I'm out of my ability to my invites for the week. So as I bring them up, if you guys would share, that would help me a lot. TC says we are the answer to someone else's problems. That's absolutely right. Our purposes are all the same, to serve others. How about that? Grab hold of that for a second. When you come into any situation from a perspective of serving, just imagine the energy that you bring in. Just imagine how you're going to see things differently and be able to help someone else. And when we help someone else, it comes back to us tenfold. That's not why we do it. It's just the way the world works. It's just the way things are designed. What you put out there is what's going to eventually come back to you. And it comes back so much more than you ever could have imagined. So when we put ourselves in a place of service, we are setting ourselves up and the environment that we affect to win. Let's see what other nuggets you guys have dropped. I have learned that 21 days work if you work it. If you do not, after those days, the habit does not stick. That's right. You have to keep working it. Kimberly Shay says, powerful. Good morning, Shay. Debbie says, indeed, our losses are educational. We learn and grow stronger from them. We really do. We miss most people when we lose or when things don't unfold the way we want it. We try to forget about that as quickly as possible, push it down. We don't want to talk about it. We are missing a golden opportunity to learn. Take those losses, hold them up, pull them apart, see what you can learn from them. And then you take that learning and you adjust, and you're just that much more prepared for the next time out. I think it was Thomas Edison who said, I didn't fail at creating a light bulb 10,000 times. I found 10,000 ways not to do it. And so he had that growth mindset way back then. Every time he figured out a way that it didn't work, he got closer to the way that it works. We don't even give a second thought to our light bulbs, right? To our lights. We hit a switch, we tell Alexa, we clap our hands, we do whatever we do, and boom, there's light. But there was somebody who had to think, I don't want to just open the windows all the time. I need light after the sun goes down. I'm going to figure this out. And people thought he was nuts. People had to think he was nuts because that is so outside the box, right? But that's what we're capable of if we just open our minds, if we start to step into those ideas and those things that are dropped in our spirit. They're dropped in your spirit for a reason, because you're the person who was designed to bring that forward. So don't protect your dreams and don't be afraid of them. Just kind of spend time with them and allow that to start to develop. And you never know what it is that you might bring forth. But there will be missteps along the way. And like Debbie said, we learn from those. We grow, we get stronger, we integrate that learning, and then we take another swing at it. So that's it for today, guys. I'm Cassandra Terry. You can find me on all the forms of social media. On LinkedIn, I'm there just by my name. Everywhere else, you'll find me as Manifesting Miracle Maker. And the idea for that is to the voice within wins, you also see, and those two come together because I'm all about doing that inner work. I'm a mindset coach, and I like to work with my clients to help them find the areas of their life where they are in their own way, where they've got some negative messaging that is telling them that they can't. Good morning, CC. Good morning, Kaylin. My daughter's just joined. There are times when you are going to have this message that pops up in your head that tells you that you can't, or even worse, that you shouldn't because you're not deserving. That's where I come in. I like to work with my clients to help them find those automatic messages that are really in control of their lives that sometimes we don't even realize. We peel that back. We get in depth with those messages, and we reframe them. We replace them with messaging that's going to help you move forward versus holding you back. I love you too. My daughter says I look pretty, and she looks just like me. So if I look pretty, you look beautiful. I'm sure she's a teacher, so she's probably on her way to affect the youth this morning. I'm very proud of my girls. The younger one is a physical therapist, so and she's got my grandson on the way. We just found out over the weekend that she's having a boy. So the family is growing, and I'm so excited. So y'all, I'm a grandma. I've got beautiful adult daughters, and they are running their families beautifully, and they have given me grandsons and granddaughters that keep me busy now. So I would like to end it right now by thanking you guys for being here. If anything that I've spoken about resonates with you, reach out, send me a DM. I'll send you my calendar. We can set up a 15-minute thank you, TC. Just a kind of a discovery call, a coffee chat to see what you're experiencing and if there's anything that I might be able to do to help. I am available as a mindset coach and would love to talk to you. Monday through Friday, Tuesday through Fridays at 7:15 a.m. Central. I will be here. Each day we have a different topic. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I call that Wake Up Wednesday, and we will talk about being intentional and how you can use intentionality to to also help you to get to your dream, to your goals. So with that, oh, Sierra, someone's giving you flowers. Eric says flowers for teachers. So yes, our teachers are the backbone. We've all had teachers that have affected us, and so I'm very proud to say that I've got a daughter and a sister that are teachers. So with that, I'm going to wish you guys a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. I thought I was about to go into the office, but I am not feeling that great. So I'm going to go rest a little bit and see if I can get rid of this headache. And I will see you all tomorrow morning, 7:15 Central for Wake Up Wednesday. Have a blessed day, everybody. See you tomorrow.